President Donald Trump delivered a speech from the National Mall in Washington, D.C. as Americans celebrated the 250th anniversary of U.S. independence. Morocco and France both go through to the next round of the World Cup, facing each other in the quarter-finals on Thursday. U.S. President Donald Trump delivered a speech from the National Mall in Washington, D.C. on Saturday as Americans celebrated the 250th anniversary of the country's independence. While Trump had initially said he would deliver a huge political rally, the U.S. president largely stuck to a shorter and more traditionally patriotic script. The speech, however, did lean into partisan territory at times, with Trump praising what he has so far accomplished for the country. The U.S. president also made use of the opportunity to renew his criticism of communism, a term he often uses to describe his domestic opponents.
The communist system is the opposite of the American system, and the communist system has never worked. Our warriors did not fight communism on battlefields across the world, only to have that menace rear its ugly head right back here in America.
The celebrations came amid a brutal heat wave that has been gripping large parts of the eastern United States this week. Storms had briefly forced the temporary evacuation of crowds, but that did not stop the celebrations. Following Trump's speech, a huge fireworks display lit up the sky over Washington, D.C. French volunteers trained with Ukraine's military intelligence-led International Legion. The group focused on assault tactics, small unit maneuvering, and weapons handling.
I love to be a soldier, and the situation in Ukraine touched me in my heart. So I take this decision with my heart, and I want to come to help and fight for Ukrainian people.
Мовний бар'єр у мене взагалі буває, але я вже вчу іспанську, і, наприклад, якщо щось таке базове у мене, я з ними можу вже сказати, об'яснити. У мене просто таке було бажання. У мене є переводчик, але він не завжди зі мною. Я хочу об'яснити, іди туди, або постав тут, або не трогай, або позви того. Да? Прості питання.
The training comes as NATO's European members and Canada pledged to give Ukraine 70 billion euros in military aid this year and equivalent levels of support the next. It signals an effort by the member states to take over the financing of Ukraine's fight against Russia amid Washington's aid cuts to Kyiv.
Thousands of people gathered across France on Saturday to demand government action against sexual violence, following the rape and murder of an 11-year-old girl that served as a catalyst for mass mobilization. The girl, named as Liana, went missing on the 29th of May in the southwestern town of Fleurance, and her body was found in an abandoned silo almost a week later. Anger grew after it emerged that the main suspect, the 41-year-old father of a school friend, had twice before been formally accused of raping a child, but the investigations had been dropped or had stalled. The tragedy is seen as a failure of France's judicial system to protect victims of sexual violence. Organizers of Saturday's protests hope to capitalize on the emotion aroused by the Liana case to obtain the adoption of a new comprehensive law ranging from prevention to support for victims, which they have been demanding since the end of 2024.
Morocco is advancing to the World Cup quarter-finals after beating Canada 3-0 in Saturday's first round of 16 match. While neither team was able to break through in the first half, Azzedine Ounahi eventually broke the deadlock, scoring a goal assisted by Achraf Hakimi. Ounahi then made it 2-0 in the 82nd minute, and Soufiane Brahimi added a third goal in the final minute of stoppage time. The loss ends a historic run for World Cup co-host Canada, which won its first ever knockout round match with a 1-0 victory over South Africa. Meanwhile, France overcame the stubborn defense from Paraguay. Kylian Mbappe found the net on a penalty kick, which made it his 19th goal in 19 World Cup appearances. France and Morocco will face off in the quarter-finals on Thursday.